Alright, this is just a quick update. First case that I reported a little while ago, video I put up about a girl in Baltimore County public schools being bullied, already been assaulted, punched in the face. The bully was suspended. The bully comes back from suspension and resumes the bullying. Well, apparently the parent has contacted the Board of Education and tried to do something about this. And the latest is she had to fill out 3 separate bullying forms before they would make it a priority. So I'm going to find out if it's a priority now, like at this moment, and if something's being done today or not, because I would have to give Baltimore County, if this is their standard operating procedure, if everybody's following the game book, the way it's designed and intended to be followed, then I would have to say that Baltimore County Public Schools has a problem with the way that they handle bullying incidents, that it's ineffective, inefficient, and pretty much flaccid. I think once somebody's been assaulted, I don't think you should have to fill out 3 separate forms before it's a priority. I think once you're talking post-assault and bullying resumes, same people involved, I think it's already a priority. And I think that if all of the information I'm getting is correct, then I would have to say that Baltimore County Public Schools should be damn glad that it's not my child involved and they're not dealing with me, because that's unacceptable, and that would have been unacceptable, and they would have already spoken to a lawyer, because I would just spend the money and get a lawyer. It's your child, for God's sake. It's your child. You know what I mean? At that point, once you're the parent, you've had a life. You had a childhood. Okay? Was it the greatest childhood? If it was, then doesn't your kid deserve to experience that too? Plus, everybody usually, we want our kids to have it better than we had it anyway. Now, if your childhood wasn't very good, then that makes it all the more important for you to change things and make sure you don't make the same mistakes that maybe people made in your case, in your circumstance, and correct it so that your child has a better experience. Right? So, I'm sure there's extra, income that gets spent on unnecessary things, right? This is a necessary thing. So you got to do what you got to do. But I would absolutely, by now, I would have already had an attorney call the school. If this is the way Baltimore County Public Schools handles their bullying incidents, if this is their, in line with their policy and how they do things, that, you have to fill 3 forms out post-assault before it's considered a priority. What has to happen there? And then when things do happen, right, everybody says, oh, that's so terrible. Well, you know what's more terrible? Letting it go on and on until something of that severity happens. I think an assault's pretty severe. I think that maybe this isn't put into language that they understand, perhaps, like legal terminology, and it's probably best left to a lawyer at this point. But let's hope that Baltimore County Public Schools, that this isn't really the way that they do things, and let's hope that there's just some incompetent people that are handling this, because it doesn't bode well for them. If these people are doing their jobs the way it's supposed to be done on this here Friday, then Baltimore County Public Schools, you get a failing grade. You get a failing grade.